Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Yes, I know, matchy today. Let me know if you want me to keep changing the artwork out. It doesn't really make any difference to the number of views the videos get, so we completely understand, us readers, we completely understand that you guys are exhausted because we're exhausted too. And a lot of it's same old. Just had a really intensive, really long reading. Sorry about that. But the reason why I do these separate videos is so that you can pick and choose what you actually want to look at. So entertainment only. Now, what am I using today? I'm going to use the Osho Zen Tarot. This was my mother's deck. Beautiful deck. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the book aside. I'm actually not going to look at the meanings of the cards themselves in relation to the standard tarot deck. I'm going to simply use the wording on the cards and the imagery on the cards. And because I didn't bring the box home, it was a really big box and I was limited in what I could bring home. When I arrived home from my mother's in January, I found in my post office box, this absolutely gorgeous little card pouch, satchel, whatever you like to call it, with the amethyst and pentacle on it, and perfect size. So I keep my cards in this. So I'm just going to put those aside because I've been meaning for a couple of days since last week to have a talk to you about my guides, because a lot of you say you don't hear them anymore. And I completely understand that, because what's happened is, I think it was last August? Must have been last August. Shortly after we moved into this new house, I went to see my own soothsayer. I won't give her details out because she actually has had a health issue herself recently and is undergoing. She's getting there, but she's just taking things easy while she recovers, because she's not as young as she used to be. But last August I went to see her in regards to, well, just to see her. And I walked in and she said, "You're getting an upgrade today." And I went, "What?" And it was incredibly intense. And at the time, around about then, I did do a reading talking about the upgrade that I went through. It was amazing. And what happened at the time is I actually ended up, while I was going through the process of the upgrade, while I was lying there, and she was literally, her voice turns into almost like a soprano, combined with overlays with singing bowls, overlaid with panpipes. The voice, she says, "I can't sing for peanuts." And yet the voice that comes from her guides, channels through her, is the most amazing, evocative, spine-tingling sounds that comes through. So while I was going that, lying on the well, if I say bed, it wasn't a bed, it's like a massage bed type thing, with her cat, who normally avoids contact with people it doesn't know, sitting full on me, lying full on me. He jumped up by himself. And it was the most intense experience. And she said, she'd never had an upgrade like that either, that she had undertaken. What happened during that upgrade is I got a new guide. Well, I didn't get a new guide. He's probably always been there, or he's just recently attached himself to me. I call it a he because I'm 3D in many ways. I'm a skin being, and I feel a need to attach some sort of noun to be able to describe. Now, this particular guide's name is Aaron, and I went to see my soothsayer last week and I said, "This is the name I've been given." And she went, "Yep, he likes that name." So fair enough. Aaron, it's got a real roll in the middle. So what happened during this upgrade, which was last August, shortly after moving into this house, it was almost like a whoop. If you think of those Superman movies or Marvel movies when they almost go through that whoosh and then all of a sudden they're without even blinking, they're at the top of this highest skyscraper that's ever existed, and looking down and the little people in the streets, etc., down the bottom. And it almost looks like when you see it in this, almost like something from the Matrix, the actual skyscraper goes into the, the four corners. Goes down to this little point in the ground up into this bigger platform at the top. Aaron and I were up there together, and as I peered over the edge, I could see my three guides that have been with me for an awfully long time, Meister, Narin, and Sureshin. I could see them right down the bottom. And basically what happened is they went in the entrance of the building, hopped into the lift and pressed the button to join us at the top. I'm just going to say I haven't felt Sureshin since that time. I knew she was only temporary. She was my bubblegum chewing sassy Hello Kitty type Japanese during life spirit that was with me for a period of time, short period of time. I don't think she came. I haven't been able to feel her since. She may pop in and out if you do hear her, if you hear the bubblegum pop or something like that. They never actually lose interest in you. They do always keep an eye over you, but they're not as intense. They're not there. They're not there as they used to be. And I'm talking about Surishin in this particular instance. So Meister and Narin have joined Aaron and I up the top of this skyscraper, but even though they are still both incredibly powerful, their intensity, oh, pardon me, that's my tummy rumbling. It's way past lunchtime. Surprised the dogs aren't nagging me for lunch. Their intensity of boom, 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 boom at me is significantly reduced. And I suspect the reason why you don't hear them is with Meister and Narin and Surishin, they used to say to me, they used to let me know via the audible. Since that upgrade, I've shifted to a Clair-Knowing, not Clair-audible. It's like what I need to know. So when I say, oh yeah, my guides just said, they don't say, I don't hear them anymore. They implant it in my mind and I hear them that way, or I see it, or it's a knowing. So it is part of the shift that we're all going through as our skills, as our connections with spirit, as our intensity, as we move into Homo Luminous increases. And as I was splitting the deck, it is a maturity, a more colourful, and if you have a look at that, this is within the mind. It is about a maturity of spirituality, and the colours are more intense, but it's within this bubble. So that's why you don't hear my guides anymore, because the connection with universal energy has shifted. That you might still hear them occasionally as they sometimes can't help themselves but say something. I hope they do. Please, Meister and Narin, the viewers, they miss you. Please talk to them on occasion. But I've got also then the consciousness, the shift to consciousness as opposed to, and consciousness again is an internal knowing within your mind and being conscious of it within your mind instead of actual audible. I'm just looking at the other side, which says a laziness. Yeah, okay, right. What's that? That's nine of cups. It's almost like it's their role has been fulfilled and they can step back and take it easy. I'm not going to use the term laziness because I did say I would use the imagery as well. It's almost like on this big checkerboard of universal life, Narin and Meister or Angus can step back and take it a bit easier and chill out. They're not being lazy, they're still there. They just don't have to work as hard to get through to me because we've now got this higher entity, Aren, who is and if you remember back when I was talking about with Three Eye Atlas and what was it that Three Eye Atlas was imparting to those of us spiritually, it was a time of knowing that we would remember. Okay, what message? So come on down, and we'll just get a message from this new energy. What message do you have for us? What message? Okay, I'm getting to do 3 rows just as a message. It's not a usual layout I would have. What have we got? Rebirth, the exhaustion. Absolutely. As I said, I'm not looking to see what these actually mean. I think this is the 9 of Wands, but I'm not looking. We are in this state of exhaustion where we are literally at the end of our tethers, but we're still standing, and we're about to go through this rebirth moment out of this cloudy darkness, out of this I'm going to say 2-dimensional is what they're giving me. I was going to say 3-dimensional, but out of this 2-dimensional, with our strength, we're going to find a lightness of being. So what a rebirth. We're going to have this. Right, you've got stress. Absolutely. So what message do you have for us as we frantically try and juggle everything and feel like our balloons are about to pop? What message do you have for us, Arin? Arin, sorry. As we are in this Clair-Knowing. And I hope my guides do chat to you occasionally. I do miss how fabulous it would be, how it was. So if you hear them, pop it in the comments. They often come out with just one word. But what message have you got today as we step into this? So yeah, hugely stressful at the moment. Absolutely feeling like our bubble's about to burst. Trying to juggle, trying to keep everything up. But we've then got the rightness, ripe for picking, the new opportunity. This new is coming to fruition. This new vision, this new, again, new vision of something that is much greater than what was. Connection with divine. Still got our feet on the ground. Oh, I hadn't noticed this before. This new here that is opening right up to this universal energy is standing on those that are hanging on to what was. This is like a rising up, stepping out of this old despair and rising up into this new, opening ourselves up into this new So we have an option to either stay in this kowtowing, submersive, subversive, lower energy, or we can step into this new, this amazing. The time is ripe. It's ready. Beyond illusion. Two tens ending, and a 10 ending plus 2, and 2 is about unity coming together. Beyond illusion. This is the birthing of the butterfly out of the chrysalis. And it's an ending with the 2 tens there. So we've gone 7, 9, 10 and 2, 10 and 10. Now again, I'm going to cover this up. This is the laziness card, but I think what it is, it's very much is that we can actually have a breather. There's this intensity in the butterfly. The butterfly doesn't emerge from the chrysalis. I mean, it goes in as a caterpillar. It gets dissolved completely down to almost its raw components and rebuilt as a butterfly when it emerges. It's incredibly vulnerable because its wings need to dry. They need to be filled with blood. It cannot, it pretty much just clings to the chrysalis for a period of time, while it becomes the true form of, it's a vulnerable time, while it becomes the true form of what it can be. And then we can have a break. I know it says laziness, but I'm not entering into that. This is literally, we can take a break. Under the stress, we've got the past lives. We are bringing with us the sum of what has gone before. Our past lives have brought us to this point. Everything that we have undertaken and previously has brought us to this point in preparation. We are the sum of what has gone before. The possibilities soaring over the landscape as the sun rises or as the sun setting. The possibilities. It's so important we do not compare ourselves to others. It is our diversity that makes us strong. That we do not compare. We are different for a reason. Our experiences are different for a reason. And a reminder that I'm going to say we're going to be given the opportunity to slow down. That'd be nice. The slowing down and go with the flow. So this is really important. This ties in with this comparison and the slowing down and the possibilities. Those that thrive will be those that go with the flow of the timeline. If we try and battle against it, all we're going to do is exhaust ourselves to no advantage. Slow down, go with the flow. Embrace diversity because it's what makes us strong. Our past lives, everything that we have done up until this point is bringing us to the here and now. This could also be an indication of your guides from past lives coming in as well. The possibilities are there for the taking, for the picking. Friendships, friendliness, coming together, strength and unity, strength and diversity. And this last puzzle piece, completion. And you notice where this piece is going, it's going into the third eye chakra. The puzzle piece coming to a completion. The puzzle coming to a completion, made up of all the summers of the past. An ending of one cycle, the beginning of a new. And it will be a time of creativity, a time of light, a time of colour. Just going to remind you that AI can only regurgitate what was. It cannot create something new going forward. It can bring it all together and spit something out, but true creativity is a human trait. There are those that will cling to the past, absolutely. And if that doesn't look like an AI artwork, I have no idea, but there are those that will cling to the past and will find themselves in this place of exhaustion. The exhaustion of the journey. Traveling, we find the creator. So those that try and cling on to the past will find themselves exhausted as they struggle to step into the energy of the creator. Playfulness, no-thingness, and then the master. Finding the master, this empty space, the playfulness. Don't forget to play, the empty space, becoming one with the master by going within, turning within, trusting, and the harmony. Leap of faith and harmony. So this is very much about the progression forward as we step into this new energy, and we can actually take a break. We can slow down as long as we go with the flow. Those that fight against it will find their path more exhausting. So look at the relaxation and letting go here compared to the exhaustion. Those that cling to the past will find the going incredibly difficult. This is about, I keep talking about the separation of evolution, and this is the stage we're at. The playfulness. Humanity was not put on this earth to stress about things we have no control about. We need to remember to play, which has been incredibly difficult. I struggle to remember the last time I genuinely laughed, even though, you know, I might watch comedy or something and internally I'm saying that, you know, that's amusing or that was funny. I think internally I think it. But I can't remember. Probably the last time I really genuinely laughed was when I went to see comedy at the theatre. Kitty Flanagan, hilarious. The last time I really, really laughed so hard I ached all over the next day was Billy Connolly. And both of them look within, look at life from and take the mickey out of themselves and just really just play. We're being given this opportunity to step into this master energy, turning in, trusting and finding harmony. And it comes from taking the opportunity to step up into this new, where we can actually take a break. Take a break. Go with the flow. Let go of comparison. Because those that don't are just going to find this journey exhausting. But this is about stepping into unity and completion and embracing the creativity of it. Okay, I'm going to end that message there. I'm going to go and feed some puppy dogs who are looking at me, hopefully. So that's why you don't hear my guides as much, if at all, lately. They used to be very vocal. It's because of this new dimension that we're in, my guides and I, where it is now a Clair-Knowing, which was brought forth by 3i Atlas and this upgrade. And it's actually a really exciting time. Really exciting. I'm excited about what is going to come next. And I will learn to love. Love to you all. Take care.